Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Global Snapshot for the month of June. Allow me, first of all, to thank you for joining us every month and for you for being a family, our family, part of our family. And always, we are very thankful to your support and your prayers. I would like to start this Global Snapshot with conversation about what's happening today with regard to China and the China interference in our country, Canada or United States, interfering in our elections, interfering with our economy, interfering even with our police stations, and the horrible situation of their human rights record, how they treat Uyghurs, Falun Gong, Tibetan Christians. You see, in the old days, that was our main concerns, what's happening inside of China, the human rights record inside of China. But today, after 20 years that we've been warning our governments that can happen, and if you remain silent, one day this fire will reach us. Today we prove that this is true. Today there is meddling in our Canadian election. Our Prime Minister is unable to answer main questions with regard when he become aware of this meddling, the hiring of a special commissioner in an order to investigate and his resignation 2 days later. I think it's very important that we sit down and we have a real conversation about how we are as a Canadians, how we are as an Americans. We have to inform our politicians that we will never allow something like that. From a Chinese spying balloon flying over our sky for days and days, we are unaware of it until recently, until Chinese interference in our technology, in our factory, and stealing our secrets. We have to start to have a stand with our governments for better protections and for preparing more for such a thing. Our Canadian integrity and our American integrity, you cannot buy it with a dollar, with a mighty dollar. We all prefer to live poor but with integrity and with strength than to live rich slaves to the Chinese dollar. It's very important that we all as a community and as a society that we stand today against the communist Chinese regime. Now, I'm not talking about the Chinese community in Canada and United States, the opposite. The Chinese community in Canada and United States escaped their home to join us to live in democracy, many of them. And we welcome them as a true Canadians and true Americans. But I'm talking about the communist regime in China. We have a golden opportunity today to stand and firm against the sleeping dragon. If we remain silent today, we'll lose our home, we'll lose our country. It's very important to inform our president or prime minister or parliament or Congress. We have to inform them enough is enough. We are requesting very clear investigation about the Chinese interference. We have to have a better security systems, and our intelligent community have to admit their mistakes and build a better defense to defend us as the citizens. It's very important that we know that your prayers and support is very crucial in this time. As we investigating the police stations in Canada and United States, your support and your help to One Free World International, what we really count on. In addition, we continue our work in Syria after the earthquake. Right now, we are also starting our communication with our team in Sudan to help the Sudanese people during this civil war that just started there. Many of the Sudanese ended in Egypt and in Ethiopia, and many of them in the refugee camps right now suffering. We are just about to start our new operation in Sudan, side by side with our operation in Syria, with many of other organizations that helping us in Syria, and we thank you all for your partnership. The whole world woke up a year ago on the war in Ukraine, and sadly is not getting better, it's getting worse. With this war, the only victim of this war is the Ukrainian people, and we have an obligation to continue to help the seniors, to rescue them. We have to continue helping the refugees, supplying the humanitarian aid and medical supplies. And we have the obligation today to help the soldiers, the Ukrainian soldiers, with their medical supplies in order for them to survive and to live normal life after this horrible war. Continue supporting One Free World International, continuing your prayers to us, and we thank you for subscribing to our social media. Thank you for visiting our websites, and looking forward to see you next month. God bless.